Hello, Apba fans. Welcome to Baseball Classics. Today's game will feature the 1926 St. Louis Cardinals, world champions of the National League, St. Louis's first world championship, and the 1957 Milwaukee Braves, Milwaukee's first world championship. We're going to see such stars as Chick Hafey, Grover Alexander, 1926's NL MVP catcher Bob O'Farrell, Jim Bottomley, and Rogers Hornsby, just 2 seasons removed from his .424 year in 1924. For the Milwaukee Braves, we'll see Warren Spahn, the 1957 Cy Young Award winner in the National League, Hall of Famer Eddie Matthews, catcher Del Crandall, Bob Buell, Lou Burdett, who will be starting today's game for Milwaukee, and he was the 1957 MVP of the World Series, and Henry Aaron, longtime home run king. Here are today's starting lineups for St. Louis. Taylor Dowdett, who the Cardinals picked up on June 14th in a trade with the New York Giants. Ray Blades, Rogers Hornsby at second base, Jim Bottomley at first base, Les Bell, the third baseman, Billy Southworth, Bob O'Farrell, and Tommy Thibodeau. Tyler Dowdett was the National League stolen base leader, and I was mistaken on the trade. That was Billy Southworth, who was picked up from the Giants on June 14th. For the Milwaukee Braves, the starting lineup is Red Schoendienst, the second baseman, Andy Pafko, who is playing for Bill Bruton, who was injured in midseason for the Braves, the center fielder, Hank Aaron in right field, Eddie Matthews at third base, Joe Adcock at first base, Wes Covington, Del Crandall, Johnny Logan. Today's starting pitchers are Willie Scherdahl for the 26 Cardinals and right-hander Lou Burdett for the Milwaukee Braves. Okay, I think we're all set. Let's get this game started. Here's the pitch to Taylor Dowdett. 34 is a play result of 31. That's going to be a fly out to center field for the first out. Ray Blades. .40 is a foul ball. I forgot to mention that the Milwaukee Braves are a defensive fielding 1 column, and the Cardinals are a defensive fielding 2 column. Blades strikes out. 2 outs in the top of the first. Rogers Hornsby. 29 is a ground out to the pitcher. That concludes the bottom of the first inning. No score. In the Milwaukee half of the bottom of the first, they will lead off with Red Schoendienst. .19 on fielding column 2 is going to be an error on the third baseman. So the Cardinals will have a runner at first, nobody out, and Andy Pafko steps in. That's a drive. That's going to be out of here in an early lead for Milwaukee, 2-0, as Andy Pafko hits a home run and drives in Red Schoendienst for the first 2 runs of the game. Brings up Hank Aaron. 27 result is a ground out to third base. First out in the bottom of the first inning. Eddie Matthews. '26 play result is a ground out to second base. 2 away, 2-0 Braves. Here's Joe Adcock. Base hit for Joe Adcock. Here's Wes Covington. '32 play result is going to be a flyout to right field. That ends the bottom of the first inning. Braves 2, Cardinals nothing. Jim Bottomley will lead off for St. Louis. 450 career doubles over his baseball life. Bottomley strikes out, first out of the second inning. Les Bell, the Cardinal shortstop. 20 on fielding column 1 is going to be an error on Red Chaindeist. That puts Les Bell at first. He is a fast runner with 1 out, and Billy Southworth the batter. There's a drive for Billy Southworth, and he will tie the score with this home run. Driving in Les Bell, it is now 2-2-2. Bob O'Farrell steps in. 8 against a B pitcher is going to be a fly out to center field. 2 outs. Tommy Thibodeau. That's going to be a high pop foul ball to the catcher, Del Crando. He makes the catch. So at the end of the top of the second inning, the score is tied. Braves 2, Cardinals 2. Leading off the second inning for Milwaukee is the catcher, Del Crandall. That will be a ground out to shortstop. One down. Johnny Logan, the shortstop. Play result 27 is going to be a ground out to third base. 2 down, and that brings the pitcher, Lou Burdett, up to bat. Ground out to shortstop. That's the end of the second inning. We go to the top of the third. Braves 2, Cardinals 2. The Cardinals will lead off with the pitcher, Bill Sherdell. 31 is going to be a play result of 9 against the B pitcher. Sherdell's going to lead off with a single. So the Cardinals have a runner on first, average speed, nobody out. To the top of the order, Taylor Dowdett. 9 against the B pitcher. It's going to be an infield base hit for Dowdett. Cardinals will have runners at first and second, and nobody out. Dowdett normally is a threat to steal, but he's going to be blocked by the pitcher at second base. But he led the National League in steals in 1926. That brings the bat Ray Blades. So fly ball to right field, and that is caught by Hank Aaron for the first out of the third inning. Rogers Hornsby. And they will pitch to Hornsby. 32 is a play result of 26. Infield pop-up to Red Chaindeist for the second out. 2 outs. And Jim Bottomley is the batter. It's a 19. 19 is a play result of 26. Infield pop-up to Red Chaindeist for the second out. 2 outs. And Jim Bottomley is the batter. It's a 19. 19 is a play result of 26. Infield pop-up to Red Chaindeist for the second out. 2 outs. And Jim Bottomley is the batter. It's a 19 It's an error on the third baseman, and that will load the bases. It's the second error of the day for the Braves. So Bottomley's at first, Dowded is at second, and Sherdell, the pitcher, goes to third. There are 2 outs, and a dangerous hitter, Les Bell, comes to bat. Here's the pitch to Bell. That's going to be a ground out to the second baseman. It ends the Cardinal threat in the top of the third. They don't score. They load the bases, but Milwaukee holds on. We go to the bottom of the third, and the top of the Braves order, Red Chained. It's a base hit by Red Chained to lead off for the Cardinals. No outs. And Andy Pafko comes to bat. Play result is 26. So the batter is going to be safe on a fielder's choice on the ground out to second base. Shandis is retired, 4-6. Second base to the shortstop. But now Pafko's the runner at first, and there is 1 out. Hank Aaron. That is going to be a fielder's choice ground out, third base to second base. So Pafko's retired at second, and Aaron is now the base runner at first. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Eddie Matthews. There's a drive by Eddie Matthews, and that's going to be over the wall for a home run, driving in Aaron. So this 2-run homer makes the score 4-2 Milwaukee here in the bottom of the third. That clears the bases and brings to bat Joe Adcock, the first baseman, who strikes out. But not till Milwaukee scores 2 more. It's Milwaukee 4, St. Louis 2. As we go to the top of the 4th inning, and Billy Southworth leads off for the Cardinals. That's going to be a fly out to center field. 1 down. Bob O'Farrell steps in. That's a fly out to center field as well. 2 outs. The shortstop, Tommy Thievenow, steps in. Single for Thievenow. With 2 outs, Bill Sherdell will bat. And it's early in the game, so he's going to stay in. It's going to be a fly out to left field. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Braves 4, Cardinals 2. Wes Covington will lead off the bottom of the 4th for Milwaukee. Here's the pitch to Covington. That's a fly out to center field. Del Crandall. Del Crandall hits a drive, and that is a 3rd Milwaukee home run. And now it is 5-2 Braves, and they're stirring in the Cardinal bullpen. Johnny Logan steps in. Fly out to right field. 2 away. Lou Burdette will bat. That's a ball to Lou Burdette. Fly out to left field. But the Braves had a run in the 4th. It's 5-4 Milwaukee. Took a timeout because I believe we're going to change pitchers for the Cardinals. Art Reinhardt will be the new pitcher for St. Louis. He's a grade D pitcher with a Z modifier in control. And for the closing line out on Sherdell, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 were earned, struck out 1, and he did not walk anybody. So the Braves will lead off with Red Chandies. 52 is a ground out to third base. The batter is not Red Chandies. We should be Cardinals are batting now in the top of the fourth. Make that the top of the fifth. I'll get it together. Here we go. Taylor Doughtit. There's a pitch to Doughtit. 1-3 as a play result of 14. That's a base on balls. Cardinals will have Doughtit at first. Nobody out. Ray Blades comes to bat. 29. Play result off fielding column 1 is going to be out at first, but that will get Doughtit to second. The out was a ground out to the pitcher. 1-3. Rogers Hornsby with 1 out, runner on second. 63 as they fly out to center field. 2 away. And Jim Bottomley steps in. 41, the play result of 24. That's a ground out to shortstop. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Milwaukee 5, St. Louis 2. Red Chandies now leads off against the new Cardinal pitcher, Art Reinhardt. 65 as they pop out the second to catcher. 1 out. And center fielder Andy Pafko steps in. That is a 16 on column 1. That's going to be a base hit past the second baseman. So Pafko goes to first. 1 away. And Henry Aaron. Aaron will be safe at first on the fielder's choice, ground out to third base. Pafko is retired at second, and Aaron's the new base runner at first with 2 outs. Eddie Matthews. It's going to be a fly out to right field. Brings us to the top of the 6th inning. It's 5-2, Milwaukee. Lou Burdick completes his warm-up tosses, and he will pitch to Les Bell, who rolls 55. That's going to be a base hit, 7 play result. So the Cardinals start off with Les Bell on first base. And nobody out. Bell's got some speed. The Cardinals are going to order a hit and run here and start the base runner. Here's the pitch. Southwith. 12 play results, going to be out at first, ground out to second base, but Bell will be able to go to second. 1 away. Bob O'Farrell. It's a pitch to O'Farrell. 1-6 is a play result of 28. Ground out to shortstop. Bell will hold at second. 2 down. And Tommy Thibodeau will be the last chance for the Cardinals to make something of this threat. Pitcher's on deck, but Milwaukee will, with a 3-run lead, I think they're going to go ahead and pitch to Thibodeau. Player result is a 26, which is going to be a ground out to second base. So Burdett withstands that threat. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 5-2, Milwaukee. Art Reinhardt returns to the mound for St. Louis, and he will pitch to Joe Adcock. That's going to be a high pop-up to shortstop, caught by Thibodeau for the first out of the bottom of the sixth. West Covington. It's a high pop foul caught by the Cardinal catcher, O'Farrell, for the second out. Del Crandall. That's going to be a base hit for Crandall with 2 outs. Batter is Johnny Logan. 52 is 27 play result. Ground out to third base. That completes the bottom of the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. It's still Braves 5, St. Louis 2. The Cardinals will begin the top of the 7th inning with a pitch hitter for Art Reinhardt, the pitcher. Chick Hafey will step in to lead off the Cardinals' 7th as they fly out to left field. For the first out. Back to the top of the order. Taylor Dowdett. That's a 0, so second column roll on for Taylor Dowdett. That is going to be a drive, and that's going to be over the wall for a St. Louis home run. Now the score is Milwaukee 5, St. Louis 3. Ray Blades. We have seen a number of home runs in today's game. 52 is the roll. 27 is play result is a ground out to third base for the second out. Rogers Hornsby. That's a 0, and that will be a second column roll. That's a double for Hornsby. And the Cardinals are still threatening here in the 7th inning. Jim Bottomley. They are stirring in the Milwaukee bullpen. Here's the pitch to Jim Bottomley. 1-3 is going to be a base on balls. We're going to try to get Burdette through this inning. He is the first batter in the bottom of the 7th inning. Les Bell steps in. Runners on first and second and 2 outs. 52 is a play result of 27, and that is going to be a ground out to third base, ending the Cardinal threat in the top of the 7th, but they score once and draw to within 5-3. The Braves will begin their half of the bottom of the 7th inning with a pinch hitter for Lou Burdette. And that pitch hitter will be Felix Mantilla. He will be facing a new Cardinals pitcher, Vic King, that closes the books on Art Reinhardt, who gave 2 effective innings of relief for St. Louis. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no strikeouts or walks. So here we go with the bottom of the 7th inning. Vic King pitching to Felix Mantilla, and that's going to be a base hit for Mantilla, leading off for the Braves. Mantilla is a fast runner at first base, and that brings up Red Shandies for the Braves. And I believe the Braves will go ahead and hit and run. There's a pitch to Shandies. That's going to be a ball, I believe, or rather a strike. And if the runner has an 11 in his first column on the card, he's still safely, otherwise he's out. So let's see. Mantilla does not have an 11 in the first column, so he is going to be thrown out by the catcher, Bob O'Farrell, trying to steal on the hit and run play. That is the first out of the inning. Red Shandies is still in there with the 1 strike count. as he pitched the Shane Beast. That's going to be a ground out to the second baseman for the second out, Andy Pafko. 32 is a ground out to the second baseman as well. That brings us to the top of the 8th inning, and the new pitcher for the Braves will be Gene Conley, former NBA player. So the line on Lou Burdett was he pitched 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Billy Southwest steps in against Gene Conley, top of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. There's a ground out to second base for the first out. Bob O'Farrell steps in. And he is 0 for 3 for the day. 53 is a play result of 18 against fielding column 1. Error on the shortstop. So O'Farrell goes to first with 1 out. Tommy Thibodeau, the batter. Base on balls. So O'Farrell moves to second. Thibodeau's at first. And we'll take a timeout for a pitch hitter. The pitch hitter will be George Specs Toporser. 1 out, 2 on. That's a roll of 8 against a grade B pitcher. And runners on first and second. That's going to be out at first, ground out to third, but the base runners advance. So there's 2 outs and runners on second and third for St. Louis. Brings us to the top of the order. The batter will be Taylor Dowdett, who is 2 for 3 with a home run and a single. Conley pitches to Dowdett. 27 is going to be a ground out to third base for the final out. And the Braves hold on. Cardinals don't score in the top of the 8th. The new pitcher for St. Louis will be Herman High Bell. He's a grade C pitcher, relief pitcher, with a Z modifier in control. Milwaukee will lead off their half of the 8th with Hank Aaron. 43, ground out to the pitcher. 1 to 3. That brings up Eddie Matthews, who's 1 for 3 today with a home run. That's going to be a ground out back to the pitcher also. So 2 quick outs for High Bell. And Joe Adcock comes to bat. He strikes out. We'll go to the top of the 9th. The score Milwaukee 5 and St. Louis 3, and we'll take a timeout to change pitchers. Okay, we'll close the books on the pitcher Gene Conley, who pitched 1 inning, no hits and no runs, 1 walk. And the Braves will bring in their closer, the very tough Don McMahon. I think that's pronounced McMahon. Might be McMahon, but I've always thought of him as Don McMahon. We have Ray Blades leading off the top of the 9th for St. Louis. That's a base hit for Ray Blades. I think against the AC pitcher, we got to check the A column. It's a single, and the C column, that's a single. So Blades gets the 9th started off in a good way for St. Louis. He is a fast runner at first, with Rogers Hornsby coming to bat. There's a pitch to Hornsby. 27 is going to be a double play. Ground ball, not, he's got an X modifier, so it will not be a double play. It will be a strikeout. So that's 1 out in the 9th. Jim Bottomley comes to bat. He represents the tying run. Here's the pitch to Jim Bottomley. And there is a drive. That's a 3. That's going to be a triple along the right field line, scoring Blades and bringing the Cardinals within a single run, 5-4. Brings up Les Bell with a runner on third and 1 out. Cardinals will play the infield in. They could try to walk the bases full and play for a double play, but I don't like that. It puts too much pressure on the pitcher not to walk the bases loaded to serve up a walk with the bases loaded. And then they tend to groove a pitch and they hit it. So here we go. We're going to pitch to Les Bell. The Braves are going to pull in the infield in to try to stop this runner at third. The roll is going to be a second column roll. That's going to be it's a double column car, so it's a triple, but use column 4. Result number 4 for a double column core, and that's going to be a double to left field, center field in the gap, and the base runner is going to score. So tying the game. So Les Bell comes through for the Cardinals, and the score is tied 5-5. And a very talented closer for the Braves is leaking oil here in the ninth. Billy Southworth comes up. Still only 1 out. He represents the runner on second represents the go-ahead run. Here's the pitch to Southworth. That's going to be a fly ball to left field, too shallow for the runner to tag up in advance. Second out, Bob O'Farrell. There's a drive by O'Farrell. That's going to be a 6-6 roll. That's going to be a second column roll. A lot of great rolls for St. Louis here in the ninth. 1-5 is going to be a 2. That is a triple to deep center field. So the National League's most valuable player drives in Les Bell and puts the Cardinals in the front, 6-5 over the Braves, with this 3-run rally here in the ninth. Tommy Thibodeau. 2 outs, the infield is back. And it's going to be a fly out the right field, but the damage is done. 3 runs. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Braves are going to have their work cut out for them to try to salvage this ball game. Wes Covington will be the batter to lead off the bottom of the ninth for the Milwaukee Braves, who are now, after leading pretty much the whole game from the first inning, they trail. Pitch to Covington. 2-4 is a strikeout to Wes Covington. 1 down. The catcher Del Crandall steps in. 56 is a strikeout. So High Bell is wheeling and dealing for the Cardinals. That will bring the Braves' last hope in Johnny Logan. 25 is a roll of 8 against a grade C pitcher. Logan gets a single to left center field. We'll take a timeout to get a pinch hitter for the pitcher. The pitch hitter will be Bob Hurricane Hazel. And with 134 at-bats in 1957, he had a 403 batting average. So here we go. 2 outs. Runner on first. Here's the pitch to Hazel. That's a high pop fly to the shortstop for the final out of the ninth inning, and the Cardinals hold on to take an exciting come from behind victory. The final score of 6-5. Okay, we are back with the wrap up of the today's baseball Apba Classics game, won by the 1926 St. Louis Cardinals, and it was pretty much a story of some very effective relief pitching by the Cardinals. They had 4 innings of relief that gave up no runs, and today's star of the game will be catcher Bob O'Farrell. He only went 1 for 5 in the game, but that one was a game-winning triple in the top of the ninth inning against very tough Milwaukee closer Don McMahon to deliver the victory for the 1926 St. Louis Cardinals. I hope you enjoyed the game. I surely did. And we'll see you next time, and God bless. Okay, when we roll our next Apba Baseball Classics baseball game, we'll go to Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, and we'll watch the 1964 Yankees take on the 1941 Brooklyn Dodgers. Please join us then, and I'll probably try to get that game up tomorrow.